Hey guys, welcome to Sketch-A-Day. Last time we reviewed these Ohuhu markers, and today I want to talk to you about a super tip to basically keep your markers forever. If this is your first time, definitely hit that subscribe button and turn on alerts. Thank you so much for stopping by. We do this every day, and in fact, we do this live 3 times a week. So you'll definitely want to hit that bell so you don't miss out on those shows where we can interact with each other and talk a bit more. Now, I've had markers for a long time. I love markers. You might say I have a marker problem, but what I don't have a problem with is keeping these markers forever. And there's a way to do this. When I bought the Ohuhu markers, they came in this fabric case. It's fairly nice, sturdy, seems to be of a decent quality, but I wasn't going to leave the markers in there. Now, a few tips for keeping your markers good. The first thing you want to do, and this goes without saying, but make sure that the cap of the marker has securely clicked on. Let me do that again so you guys can hear. Just like that. Make sure that click is there because that's going to tell you that it's on securely. Not only that, but you want to make sure you just tug a little bit on the marker. Okay, just do a quick fit test. Sometimes there's manufacturer defects, and if you wanted to, you could probably try and get a refund, but I'll leave that up to you guys if you want to do that. These are so cheap, I don't really care as much, and I think what I'll tell you next will help as well. So check the fit, make sure there's no defects. That's the first step. If you've had your markers for a while and you want to store them, just do a quick test to make sure and see which ones are drying out, if at all, because super tip, you can actually add a little bit of close to pure rubbing alcohol, so something like a 99% or 90% to your marker. It'll dilute the color just a little bit, but you can extract a little bit more life out of your marker that way. The next thing you want to do is ditch the old container and get some new ones. So I have these containers that I purchased from Target, my local Target, and you don't have to get these necessarily, but I'll tell you why I like them. So the first reason I like them is they do have an airtight fit on the top. You can almost hear the air leaving the container when I close it, and you really need that airtight seal. These lids have a double lip on the edge, and that double lip is really what's keeping the air from moving in or out of the container. Super important, because if you have air movement, your markers will essentially evaporate. Even if the cap's on, you're gonna lose some life out of that marker. So having the airtight container will help. When your markers are in the container, you should be able to basically smell the alcohol when you open the container. That's a good thing. That means the air inside is saturated with the marker chemicals. And without going into a detailed chemistry lesson, it'll just help the markers stay fresh longer. I also like these containers because they have a recessed lid here. And when I uncap the container, I can actually place the container on top of the lid so that I don't lose the lid. I'm a mess when I work sometimes, and so it's nice to be able to have that feature to help me locate where things need to be and not lose the cap, frankly. In addition to that, the lids are white so I can write on the lids, and the container is clear. That's the other thing I've learned, is have clear containers. Especially if you're working with your markers often, it's nice to have a quick visual check to see what's where, instead of having to fumble around with containers. So over time, I'm going to be upgrading to basically all of these containers and kind of ditching my old containers that I used to use. So the next thing we need to do is fill our containers with markers. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll check back in. So I've gone ahead and filled all my containers with my markers, put the lids on, and organizationally what I've tried to do here is sort by color. So once again, if I know I need my reds and yellows, I have them in one container. All my grays are in one container as well, minus the Cool Gray 3. For some reason, the Ohuhu markers did not include a Cool Gray 3, and it's driving me crazy. And I have my reds, purples, and blues over here, and my greens and a few green and yellow type colors. So again, just helps with the efficiency if you can see what you're after and grab it very quickly from whatever's kind of lying there. So that's my tip. And now we're just gonna cap these You can hear that seal. Oh yeah, just like that. These even stack on top of each other, so if you have a shelf or something, you need to stack these. You can still see the color of the top of the marker, and you can see the type of the marker inside the container. So that's my pro tip for you today. So remember, find an airtight container, check your markers, check the cap fit, make sure there's no defects. Do a health check on your markers, so from time to time, scribble, make sure they're not drying out, and you can rescue them again with a little bit of alcohol. And then put them in the container, seal them up. They should last for a very, very long time, like some of my favorite markers, Copic markers that I've had since college, that I acquired either from friends, professors, or eBay. That's how I used to find my markers. Well, thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you're able to benefit from this tip. I'd love to see your organization solution, so if you have ideas, shoot me an email, drop a note in Discord, contact me online, whatever you got to do. I'd love to see how you sort and organize your markers and what you think about this way of storing them. Definitely come say hi on the socials. I'm at sketchaday.com on Instagram, at Daily Sketches on Twitter. You can find me on Facebook and all that good stuff, and sign up for the newsletter. And this week I released my Procreate brushes, so you'll want to check those out. Procreate is an app that I use on the iPad to draw and create concepts. You can find a bunch of videos on the channel about the app, and I'll try and drop a link in the description to the markers, but also to Procreate, so you can get a sense of what it is. Well, thanks guys, and we'll see you next time right here on Sketchaday.